Hey guys, so noticing the consciousness shift associated with approaching extraterrestrial spaceships. So I was just kind of ad hoc to make this video with this elaborate title due to really the shift in energy I felt sat in the woods here up in the mountains. So I was just making some videos about some other stuff, and I wasn't planning to make this video, but I suddenly felt a shift in consciousness. Actually, I was making a video promoting the course, so it was kind of connected. So I remember looking up to this cloud up there, and I'll maybe try and remember to shoot a video of this cloud I was looking at. So it was one of the few clouds in the sky, and somehow the energy shifted as soon as I looked at that. It went from a very grounded energy from making the video very centered to becoming quite dreamy all of a sudden. And all of a sudden I realized the extraterrestrial consciousness was very prevalent in the atmosphere. So I thought I'd make this video at this time so perhaps you guys can sense into this energy a bit, and hopefully, particularly you guys who are more energy sensitive, you're perhaps picking up on the frequencies in this environment and the idea that the ships are about today. So the energy has changed significantly since I started making this video. So when I felt the energy come in at first, it's often an energy that I associate with extraterrestrial contact. It's a very dreamy energy. It's a very heart-centered energy. These were a lot of the first experiences I had. So I'd be out, I'd be trying to make contact, or it would be very much on my mind at that time, and I'd be doing it a few days before or something, and all of a sudden I'd feel the energy change. It's like very often when we hear stories in ufology of extraterrestrial contact sightings, I'm always reminded of the famous Rendlesham Forest case in the UK, where is it Sergeant Holt or Colonel Holt has got the tape recording, and he's saying it's really eerie, the atmosphere is really strange. And like you hear all these stories in ufology, or how people say it felt like time stopped, or the atmosphere felt electric, or there was a stillness in the air. So it's my sensing, it's my feeling that the ships are around at the minute. And I believe it's actually the ships that create this energy, because the ships, as Bashar describes, Bashar's higher self, Nexus, I believe the name is actually Bashar's higher self. And it's like, so Nexus, Bashar's ship, is conscious. And so when the Yahyel ships come in, or Pleiadian ships, or Bashar's ships, if we're lucky, maybe one day, come in, these conscious beings have an extremely powerful aura to them that I believe you can feel from perhaps miles away, because I get the feeling they're quite a distance away often when I've sensed them coming in. And so the feeling is, it's a feeling of deep stillness, deep peace. Time seems to slow down. And I guess this is kind of connected to the idea of the epsilon frequency meditation. If in the previous modules in the course you've experienced the kind of slowing down of time during the epsilon frequency meditation, this is because we're tuning into that frequency that I guess these ships exist in. Because epsilon is one of the artificial intelligent planets that resolve Bashar's home planet of Eshakani or Esasani. So this feeling is a feeling of deep stillness, deep peace, and a kind of sensing of the eternal rhythms of life. Sense into the eternal feeling of existence, the infinite nature of reality, and the deep, deep peace of universal consciousness. And so this is what I'm experiencing at present, as I believe the ET ships are entering our reality. So it's going to be interesting over the next few days to see what happens. I saw some flashes on the mountain last night. I think they might have been around. So yeah. So I really just wanted to let you know that a lot of the experiences that you have initially may be energetic. From the ET's perception, and perhaps from your perception a little more as you've gone through this course, we see that this is a multi-dimensional awakening of reality, of consciousness, of ourselves, because we are reality. And so this is a vibrational awakening and an energetic awakening. And what the ETs like to do is transfer to us different vibrations of consciousness that begin to awaken us to their dimension of reality. And so very much in your first experiences, you may also find, particularly if you're energetically sensitive like myself, you may find that the ETs like to communicate with you through feelings and through energies. And so very often when their ships come in, if they know you can sense their energies, they'll begin to communicate with you energetically. So if all of a sudden you're out in nature one day and you've been doing some CE5 meditations, some contact meditations, and all of a sudden you feel all the energy, you feel all this love and like this gooey feeling in your heart, and like you all of a sudden want to start laughing for no reason, or you feel kind of giggly. I remember an experience where I flew into Amsterdam to do a 2-day channeling retreat. As the plane descended into Amsterdam, the energy shifted radically. It was suddenly like zoom, and I'm like, whoa, the ETs are here. I didn't see anything, but I knew they were there from the energy. And all of a sudden the atmosphere on the aeroplane like just lifted, and all of a sudden everyone starts talking, everyone's happy, and everyone on the plane was suddenly very, very happy, I'm telling you. And like everyone, I mean, of course everyone's excited because they're descending into Amsterdam on a Friday night. But all of a sudden there was a significant shift in frequency, and I could tell that the ET consciousness affected the people on the plane, and everyone was so happy all of a sudden. And I also saw how it was kind of their destiny to be there that night. It was a big energetic shift that weekend, I think. And I've seen this before in the UK on the beach where the ET ships have come in. I've not seen them, but I felt the energy, and all of a sudden everyone around me is in kind of this transcendental state. Everyone's so happy, like friends are like so everyone's best friends, and like it's amazing. So yeah, so I'm encouraging you to begin to recognize the energy in your environment, and day to day recognize how the energies change, how you feel good in certain situations and bad in certain situations according to your environment, the people you're around, the environment you're in, how you feel like different energy when you're in somewhere like this to when you're in a city, and become aware of your vibrational state, your energetic state, your emotional state, which is a kind of a result of this, I guess. And so yeah, and so you can become more aware of energetic shifts in your environment, and particularly take note of if you suddenly feel a deep stillness and connected to the universal intelligence of creation come over you out of the blue. It probably won't feel quite as intense as that first time. It's a feeling of deep peace, and it's a very similar experience to experience I had being around Muji, the spiritual teacher, who embodies a very deep spiritual peace when he's in his center. And it reminded me of that somewhat, although it's kind of a lot more intense with the ETs, and it can almost blow you to pieces. It does. The closer they come in, the more intense it gets, to the point where you can't kind of handle it, and your emotions start going a bit crazy, and you have to start having crazy thoughts. And often you'll have thoughts and you don't know where they're coming from, like aggressive, hostile thoughts. It's because it's the vibrational change is forcing stuff out of your subconscious. So don't fret, the ETs understand. So yeah, so keep your eyes peeled or your senses energized and perceptive and ready for these energetic shifts in consciousness. And let me know if you have any of the experiences. Just send me an email or hook me up on Facebook Messenger, and we'll talk about it. So have a great day, guys. I'll speak to you soon in the next video. Bye.